Welcome to the Kalispell Warhawk Dynasty, everybody, as today we begin a brand new era in Warhawk football. Today we take on Iowa State and have many players making their debuts, including the new starting quarterback, number 12, freshman Luke Irvin. Irvin replaces the great Brandon Warren. He's very talented, has an awesome arm we saw in the offseason. He replaces Brandon Warren. But there's also starting tailback Austin Jenkins, who was the number 4 running back last year on the depth charts. There's freshman Sherrod Edwards, Nick Lindsay. This is a team with many new faces on offense, but there's a lot of defensive familiarity, and that's a good thing because this defense has helped pave the way for Kalispell's dynasty to take hold. We did lose some impact players from last year. Boogie Turner, Maurice Collins surprisingly left to the NFL, along with Mario Townsend and Chris Baker. There's so much new with this team, it might take a while for them to really figure out how to play as a team. But one thing I always love seeing is which new faces become household names and Kalispell greats. I have high expectations of Luke Irvin taking over this offense. Austin Jenkins, I believe, is a great option for us as the top running back. And we're hoping these passing targets can make an impact early. Drake Maddox is a redshirt freshman. Sherrod Edwards, a true freshman. And there's Sylvester Osthorne, another true freshman, starting at right tackle. We'll see Trey Walker this year join the defense. Bill Long helps replace Boogie Turner. Last year's senior class was quite special. But as always in college football, you have to move on and build new teams every year. So welcome everybody to year 11 of Kalispell Warhawk football. I can't wait to see what's in store. The Cyclones are set to get the football first, and here we go. Rick Thomas sends us off, and here we go. From Warhawk Stadium, Cyclones will open at the 25-yard line. It's a rare Big 12 opponent for the Warhawks as they begin at their own 25-yard line. Victor Jones in the shotgun, he will throw, gets it out quickly and connects with Jenkins on the outside, who got a good release off the line against Daniel Foster. Foster, one of the top players on this team, had 8 interceptions a year ago. Now it's Jones again testing the junior, with Jonathan Jenkins getting 14. Jenkins is their top wideout. Now a quick bubble screen. Branch on the outside, bouncing off a tackler and shoved out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Cyclones wasting no time getting down the field. Now Jones wrapped up on the play. Shannon Somerville led the team in sacks last year as a true freshman, and now he's the only player on the team with more than 2 career sacks. Here's third down. Jones to the end zone. Got him for 6. It's Jonathan Jenkins. Well, we know who the go-to target is for Victor Jones, and the Iowa State Cyclones quiet this crowd and surprise us to start the season. And that means it's about time to see this Kalispell offense take the field. On the return, Colt Sully this year, and he will try to make a move. It does not work, and that'll set up the freshman Luke Irvin, leading out an offense that has 8 brand new starters. 3 on the line and all the skill positions, plus Irvin. 3 receivers, Irvin lines up under center. Throwing on first down, he's under pressure and taken down. Of course, going to a pro-style offense this year, we're hoping for good protection up front. Now second down, going across the middle and finding Drake Maddox. There's the first completion in Irvin's career. Coming into today, Kalispell had 1 career pass attempt on the roster. It belonged to Austin Jenkins, who carries for the first time this season and picks up 8. Kalispell also had 253 rushing yards total entering today. Now a pass to the outside. This is slot wide out Nick Lindsay for a gain of 5. This is the most inexperienced Kalispell offense since the first year in team history. And Jenkins is unable to make the catch. They want to get him in space. That attempt did not work, and it forces third down. 3 receivers in the game. Irvin short, complete. Here goes Maddox after the catch. He'll get up close to the 30-yard line. Let's do some trivia here. Who do you think leads Kalispell in active career touchdowns right now? Let me know in the comments, as Jenkins is unable to keep a hold of the football. 3rd and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Irvin gets it out quickly, caught by Maddox. 14 yards. Good first impression here for Maddox, 50 yards on the drive. Now they run. Jenkins runs over a defender and lunges ahead inside the 10. It is a gain of 9. Jenkins went to the same high school as Roscoe Sheridan and now wears his number. On the outside, caught by Thomas Henderson, making it 1st and goal. This is a gain of 7 and a very methodical opening drive for the Warhawks. They'll run again. Jenkins slips a tackle and breaks the plane. Touchdown, Kalispell. 13 plays and a great first impression. Thomas kicks through the extra point and we have a tie game. I like what I saw from the offense, but hoping the defense has a better second trip out there. Here's Jones starting the possession, taking off. He gets wrapped up, and that is Jaquan Cunningham, who will now be the top defensive tackle on the team. A 3-3-5 look from Kalispell. Jones with a floater out to Jenkins. We've got to do a much better job covering him. Cornerbacks back off now. It's a 3rd down for Victor Jones. Floating again. Now it's Cooper on the catch. Gain of 13. I'm impressed so far with the passing game of Iowa State. Kalispell does have an outstanding secondary, but did lose a couple players as Jones lost the football, and the Warhawks appear to have it. Recovered by James Huggins. So the first turnover this year for Daniel Foster is not an interception, but instead a forced fumble. Jones really wanted to get that first down, and Kalispell will now take over at their own 36. Handoff left goes to Austin Jenkins, falling forward and creating a couple extra yards. Jenkins could be a true 3-down back for the team this year, as he'll try to pick up the 3rd and short to no avail. That brings out the punt team, and there's a new true freshman punter. Dominic Day will punt for the first time in his career. It's a low line drive, and it was not very good. Out of bounds near the 30. So good field position now as Iowa State takes over. Jones off the fake. He will look to run again. Look at the room in the middle of this defense, and now he'll slide. Not taking the contact this time. 1st down. There's Elliott Red. He's playing some weak side linebacker as Bray runs up the middle for about 5. Red just too talented to keep off the field. Very rangy. Could be a free safety in a couple years. Now Jones running. What a block by 43. Gave his quarterback the chance to run for the 1st down. 1:17 on the clock now for Jones. Wanting to scramble. Cunningham is there. Looked like Hurst was the first to hit him. And that's 2 on the day for Cunningham. Right on the edge of field goal range now, and they're going to play it safe. Screen for Young. Getting some daylight, and he's inside the 30 to set up a field goal try. Cyclones do take the lead, and the second quarter now gets underway. Irvin play action. Good protection, too, as he finds Sherrod Edwards, the true freshman from Portland, Oregon. Edwards is a really dynamic talent. He's very good after the catch. Might need some refinement, though, with his route running and catching the football. Now it's a dump off. Jenkins gonna get away from a couple Cyclone defenders and pick up the 1st. I thought that was going nowhere. But Jenkins has that Kyle Thomas-esque elusiveness. Irvin checked down. Jenkins again getting some room to run. There's 11. I'm already impressed by Jenkins' play early in this game. Motion now out of Maddox. Play fake. Irvin finding a wide open man. It's number 15, Nick Lindsay, who lost his footing and stumbles his way to the sideline. We could see a lot of play action this year out of Kalispell. They're built to do it. They'll try it again. Screen pass. And Maddox with blocking will take this in for the touchdown. Number 1 for Drake Maddox and Luke Irvin. Those two seem to have a great connection here to start, and it's no surprise. Kalispell loves to use their tight ends. We've had a great history with that position on this team. That makes it 14-10 as the Cyclones nearly turn it over. Elliott Red got his hands on that. You always have to be aware of where number 9 is lining up. Here's third down, Jones. Under pressure, going to take a shot this time. Knocked down by Tommy Jordan, who takes over for Chris Baker. Well, we're going to see this for the first time. Kalispell does have some packages for quarterback Matt Reddick, a freshman who flips it out to Sean Merville. What a spin as he gets free across the 40. Gain of 14. Matt Reddick was a high school quarterback and wasn't sure what he'd play in college. Kalispell wants him to play quarterback, and there's his first throw. Lindsay across the 40. Reddick's arm is certainly inconsistent. He's the backup right now for Kalispell, and they like to break out the option every now and then. But now Irvin returns. Jenkins out wide, bouncing off the first defender. I love how Jenkins has been able to shake first contact today. I wasn't expecting that. Now with two tight ends in the game, Irvin underneath Henderson takes it inside the red zone and uses that power to move the chains. Henderson has some of the best hands on this team. Now Irvin to the sideline. Sully stays in bounds, and he's very close to another first down. Irvin looking very comfortable here in his first action. Goal to go. Irvin quick up in the air. Knocked down for Drake Maddox, who was right at the 1-yard line. Third down now from the 6. Extra pressure is on. Up top, knocked away from Tyrone Houston. Will Walker with good defense. It's now a 17-10 game as the Cyclones take over. Jones begins this possession, and he'll take off again. Kalispell not containing him, but he lost the football again. And Cunningham has it. Huggins recovered the first. This time he causes it. James Huggins was a force against the running game last year, and he's one of the biggest hitters on this team. Kalispell quickly takes over. Quick check down, heads up play by Irvin, and now Jenkins breaks out the spin. They seem to be figuring this out pretty quickly on offense. Here's a second down run, but it's well read, and Jenkins loses 4. That'll back things up a bit and change up the strategy. Kalispell needs 5. Irvin gets it away. That was risky, and it should have been intercepted. It is incomplete. The field goal makes it 20-10 as Iowa State hopes to get points before half, but there is a new quarterback in the game as the loss of 1 goes to Dan Young. But Matt Harrison now replaces Victor Jones, who got hurt on that hit from Huggins. A screen now for Young. They'll get some of it, but not all. And now a 2-minute drill will be awarded to Kalispell. They hang on to all 3 timeouts. Here's Irvin with a throw for Houston, and he takes a huge hit shy of the marker. They will hurry up to the line, maintaining the timeouts. 48 seconds left. Good protection. And Irvin has Edwards. That's a tough play, and I'm not sure yet who Kalispell can count on when it comes to those tough plays over the middle that are going to be contested. Edwards again makes the play. Well, there we go. That's 2 in a row for the true freshman. Kalispell opening things up in the air. 38 seconds left as this goes through the hands of Sherrod Edwards. And I do think we're going to see a lot more drops overall this season. Empty look now. Third down. Warhawks need 2. Irvin wants more. To the end zone. Got him. Touchdown. Tyrone Houston. Irvin breaks out the arm strength and drops this in perfectly. Houston was the most experienced receiver entering today. He's now the number 1 wideout. He was the number 4 receiver a year ago. Last play of the half. Harrison will not get off the Hail Mary, instead sacked by Michael Hurst, who unexpectedly had to replace Maurice Collins. And that'll bring us to the end of a fun half of Warhawk football. I wondered how this team would look, especially on offense. They have been very fun to watch. Granted, this is a game they were heavily favored in. It's not against their toughest non-conference foe by far. All 3 games upcoming are tougher as Irvin looks to scramble. Now, he can get outside the pocket and make some things happen. He's just not going to run the option. On first down, it's a play fake. Irvin gonna take a shot downfield again. It's Houston with the catch. 45 yards downfield. Unreal arm talent from Luke Irvin. I can get used to this. We saw it in the offseason. I knew it was for real. Off the fake again. Irvin directing traffic and buying time. There's Edwards inside the 5. Skying up to bring that catch down. Goal to go. Warhawks knocking on the door. Off tackle. Jenkins. Stop short. Couldn't get in. They swap out tailbacks now on second down. This is Jim Jackson, and that is a touchdown on his first career carry. Well done. Kalispell ends the drive and opens up a nice 24-point lead. One thing we can't forget about is just how good this team is at home. They're defending a 15 home game winning streak here today, but Jenkins continues to give them some serious issues. That's a gain of 20. It's still Matt Harrison in the game. We're not going to see Victor Jones return as Branch hauls in this catch. It's a gain of 10 yards. Iowa State's had a couple possessions, but this defense is still so good. It takes a lot of consistency. They almost lost the ball again. Another forced fumble. That one will go to Somerville. Akinjide pumps up the crowd as the screen goes to Bray, and Red can't make the tackle, but that's all right. 4th and 10 now for the Cyclones. 34-13 as Colt Sully takes this one out of the end zone. He goes up in the air and lost the ball, and the Cyclones are not able to get it. Kalispell very lucky. Up by 21 points. Irvin off the fake. Finds Lindsey underneath. He's done a good job finding open space and taking advantage of it. There's 15 more. Kalispell will use 3 primary receivers, it seems, and they really haven't done much at running back outside of Austin Jenkins, who gets about 9 more. Kalispell likes to go running back by committee, but we'll see how much of that they do. Someone's going to have to impress, whether it's Jim Jackson, Sean Merville, or somebody else. 3rd down now for Kalispell. Jenkins is the back, picking up the blitz as Irvin's got Lindsey over the middle. Lindsey is one of this team's top route runners, so he's going to be called on a lot, I believe, on 3rd downs. Up the middle, Jenkins finding space and getting the first down. Jenkins runs very well for this zone-oriented scheme. Now they're going to bring Edwards in motion. They want to get him the ball in a variety of ways. This one only gets a yard. They're motioning him again. 3rd and 3. Now they fake it. He's going to help block and open again underneath. Lindsey out of bounds near the 5. Goal to go, Kalispell. Irvin in the shotgun. 12th play of the drive is a keeper. Touchdown, Luke Irvin. He's not going to run the option, but he might break out read option, especially in areas like this. Sometimes the read option is just good by design, like there. 41-13 here in a very fun opener in year 11 for Kalispell. And we'll see if they keep in all the starters. It's still a 3rd quarter. Harrison's going to give this to Young, who stiff arms Trey Walker, and he's going to get the first down despite the Huggins hit. New set of downs in Kalispell territory. Young right side. Red misses the tackle attempt. Akinjide finishes. 3rd down for the Cyclone offense. They'll break out a screen now. Young looking for blocks. He's got some and gets the first down yardage. 3rd quarter winding down here for the Cyclones as they maintain a no-huddle approach. Again wanting a screen. They don't have the time for that. Not with Bill Long applying the pressure. And I'm telling you, Bill Long could definitely be the next special player on defense. Here goes Harrison. He's in trouble. He's sacked by James Huggins. It's good to see this team can still get pressure after losing 2 of their best rushers ever. 3rd and 26. Taking a shot on this one. How did Branch hang on? That'll make it 4th down. They are going to go for it. Cyclones need 3. Harrison protected. This is Jenkins, who has been unstoppable. It's a gain of 12. Jenkins over the century mark on that. This time Young finding room on the left side and falling ahead inside the 5. Iowa State set up. They haven't scored a touchdown since their opening drive. Now it's Bray with the power to break through. Touchdown, Iowa State. And they make it a 3-touchdown game. All the starters are still in for now. Kalispell at their own 25. A sweep to Jenkins. Oh my! Run support from the corner taken to a new level on that play. 3rd and long for Irvin. This time they got some pressure. He's going to have to get away from it and just play smart and throws that away. That'll bring out Dominic Day. We'll see if he can get a better punt this time. Here's the powerful boot from Day. And it's inside the 35. Good coverage. Not much of a return there for Scott Foster. So if Iowa State wants to make this interesting, they've got to travel about 65 yards. And this throw is knocked away by James Huggins. He will be asked to do a lot more in coverage this year as opposed to last. 3rd down, Young will get the ball again, and there is nothing to be gained. He loses a couple, and they will go for it. Iowa State needs this play. 8 in coverage for the Warhawks. Harrison short and incomplete for Jenkins. Turnover on downs. Kalispell still has starters out there. Luke Irvin throwing short for Edwards. That is a good catch on a low throw. And he picks up 12 more. Kalispell inside the 20. They'll bring Houston in motion, and they hand it to him. Houston bounces outside, got the corner, and down the sideline into the end zone. Electrifying speed from Tyrone Houston. I thought this play had no chance, but he trusts his speed, and they can't close the gap. He takes it wide. No one can get the angle. Tyrone Houston. I can't wait to see what kind of a year he can have now that he gets to be one of the stars of the show. Up by 4 touchdowns. Now Kalispell has brought in the second team defense, and they give up an immediate big gain to Mike Hicks for 23 yards. Overall, though, there's a lot to be happy about from this performance, especially given how much Kalispell had to change this year. Good run now for Harrison. That makes it goal to go. But we see how good the starters are when the second team comes in, and immediately the Cyclones get down the field in just a handful of plays. Touchdown Jenkins. 3-score game again. And we'll see more of Reddick in at quarterback, and option is his game. Flip to Jackson. Not much there. We're still waiting to see who emerges as the number 2 running back. We've seen Merville. We've seen Jackson a bit. Here's an underneath throw. Maddox has a block, and he'll take it out of bounds. No need to try anything special there. Now they're going to sweep it to Ronnie Howard, who cuts to the outside, and there's daylight. Touchdown. Ronnie Howard, could he be the second back? Howard's an awesome athlete. He was brought in to play defensive back, but in the meantime, he might have to be one of the running backs on this team. Just a handful of seconds left to go. A turnover recovered by Cameron Stewart. And that's going to end this game. Kalispell victorious 55-27, and quite a debut for Luke Irvin. He showed us exactly why we should be confident in him taking over for Brandon Warren and being the new face of the offense. I love those 2 deep balls to Tyrone Houston. That second one is probably my favorite play of the day. One of them, this is up there as well, but that second throw was elite ball placement. Excellent game for Tyrone Houston, 100 yards receiving plus the rushing score. He could be in for a big year, and overall I can't see us running as much as we have in the past. We have one running back that I really trust. I think that Austin Jenkins is one of the toughest players to replace on this roster if he gets hurt. And I think while inexperienced, our pass game offers a ton of upside. James Huggins was named Defensive Player of the Week in Week 1, but very few teams actually play in the opening week. And in the Pac-12, Luke Irvin was named Offensive Player of the Week, and his performance was enough to generate some nationwide excitement. He's already put his name in the Heisman watch. We'll see if it can stay there. Our upcoming opponents are much tougher. We'll travel to Minneapolis next time to take on the number 8 Golden Gophers. And right now, Kirk Herbstreit is saying the Gophers are going to win this game. After Minnesota, we stay in Big Ten country, traveling to Penn State before returning home to play South Florida, and then it's 8 conference games all in a row this year. To me, Minnesota kind of came out of nowhere. In the Sidney John Charles era, they weren't very special, but as soon as he left, they must have had some good recruiting classes because they were a top team last season, and this year they're ranked number 8. Josh Dunn is the quarterback. He is a senior, good pocket passer, very accurate. They also have Toa Tuliaupupu, who is a defensive player we did recruit a handful of years ago. I think he has a Mario Townsend-like skill set. He can do anything you could ask of a linebacker. By the way, I never showed you my red shirts. There were no major surprises there, but here is a look. Pretty much any freshman who's not going to play. And there are a couple players, I think, that are transfer risks at the end of the season. James Hampton at center is a 77 overall. Patton Applewhite at defensive tackle. Alan Johnson at defensive tackle. Those players all have elite upside, but they're just not in a position to contribute in year 1. So we'll see what's up next for Kalispell. I cannot wait to get back to playing the Gophers and playing some tough teams that truly test our team. I felt like we were awesome today, but it was a game where we should have played like that. But now we've seen it once, and I think that we got a good idea of what Luke Irvin can do. So I will see you all next time as Year 11 continues. Kalispell and Minnesota coming your way next time. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day. I'll see you all soon.